All right, you ready for the raw? This is going to be some raw footage of a Realtor Ninja. That's why I'm dressed in all black. Of kind of just a day in the life. It's kind of like a half day today that we're going to show you like what's involved behind the scenes. I'm going to make some phone calls. We have a listing appointment. Also, if you hear in the background noise, like the pitter patters, I've got 2 dogs and a cat. So we're kind of, you know, when you work from home, it's a lot of juggling, and you've got, if people have a family, I mean, in my case, I have dogs. So I'm just going to dive right in. The first order of business is I got a new lead, and he's looking for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo on Longboat. I got beach or bayfront condo. Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Steve. This is Shayla Twitt with Coldwell Banker. I got your name from Roger in the office. Is now a good time?
Sure.
Okay. I heard you're coming into town next week and you're looking for property.
Yeah, I want to nose around a little bit.
Okay. You want to tell me what you're looking for?
Probably, something that has proximity to the water, particularly views,
Okay.
and Bayside probably okay, and Longboat Siesta, kind of going up towards Bradenton maybe.
Okay. Do you have any familiarity with the Sarasota area?
Only very small. We took a trip there a few months back, and kind of nosed around Siesta Key, drove around a little bit. I have a brother that lives in Punta Gorda.
Okay.
We live in Colorado.
Awesome.
And, looking for second place perhaps.
Second home. I gotcha. Would you say like the number one parameter would be water views?
A pretty place. Intrinsic value in the site.
Okay. And
doesn't have to be perfectly finished out, doesn't have to be a modern redo, although it would be fine if it was, but it's all about, this site.
okay. And are you keeping up with the local market here?
A little bit, yeah. Just been watching it, That's how I found you guys.
Great. And you know that we have really low inventory?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I try to preface people that come into town so they're really kind of well-versed and educated on what's happening here. So that's good. So you know that we don't have a whole heck of a lot. So I'm glad that you have wide parameters in terms of area. So, and what are the dates you're going to be here next week?
Thursday, Friday.
So Thursday and Friday next week. Okay.
Yeah. I saw that Roger had a couple listings in Gulf of Mexico Drive. 30
Okay.
4725 with it.
Oh yeah, we actually we have an off-market property in that same block. So if I'm trying to work with the seller to potentially show you that one is Beach Harbor Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so wouldn't mind working with a person that understands that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Market, and they might have an they're an insider or a buyer coming, that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, I've been working here for 19 years. So I specialize in the barrier islands and waterfront properties. So came to the right place here.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, why don't I shoot you a list and then we can kind of coordinate and put our schedules together and sort of go from there. Okay, so that was cool. You answered. Now, the next thing I would do is I would typically kind of put the notes in to my my calendar, and then usually push it off to Shayla, who's behind the camera. We work so well together. Like when I'm trying to bring the business in, and she helps with there's so many tasks I can't even explain. Basically, it's like organized chaos. Okay. But anyway, one of us would go into the MLS here, and I'll show you, and then we kind of just start the search. And for him, of course, he wants to be on the islands, which is like a lot of our clients, they want to be on the barrier island. So the very first thing we do is we get into here, and we're going to set this up. So I'll draw the islands map there, and then I'll just put his criteria in here, and then I'll shoot him a list of ones that I would recommend, and usually I know right away. And also, like I had mentioned to him, I have some properties coming to the market that are not even on the market, that are sort of like shadow inventory, which is like super critical in a market like this, which is like, you know, such an extreme seller's market. Well, the cat's going behind the piano now. See, this is like a circus here with the animals. But anyway, so yeah, we set this up and we either do like a hand selected list or we set up an automated portal. Now, because he's coming into town next week, I want to get this going and just get him the list of recommended properties. And then Shayla will set him up in what's called showing time, which is like our automated, it's like an automated system whereby we go through and click the properties, send it out to request the showing, and then like we get automated notifications. So it's a beautiful thing. Okay, so this is what I'm dealing with. So the cat goes behind the piano, and then Teddy tries to eat her. I don't know what they're trying to do. But if I have an important phone call, I'll definitely put them away. Okay, so we have a listing appointment this afternoon, and we have, like I said, a master checklist for everything, whether we're listing a property or we're working with a buyer, so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. When we go to contract, again, another master checklist. So within that, we have a list of things, but these are some of the marketing things that we've done, and we sort of like to show them pieces of specifics. So we kind of pick and choose depending on the property. See, it's a circus. This is why I can always work from the office too, but you know, how can I not want to be around them? All right, so depending on the property, we like to show them like, you know, their pieces and everything. This is actually our magazine that Coldwell Banker owns, which is awesome. And then we have both a digital version. Shayla's laughing. This comes in a digital version just because like some clients we don't even end up meeting ever. But we have a printed version as well. We don't really use this very often, but it's just a nice piece that we can hand people. So anyway, we're trying to decide which to pick out for today. Next up, we're gonna call a tenant because we want to list this property nearby and there's a tenant and we're trying to get in to give the seller an idea of the price. I kind of have an idea, but you always want to look at the property because it won't be fair to the seller. You know, I mean, maybe they did more upgrades. I mean, you know, whatever. So I've got to call the tenant, see when we can get in. Hopefully he's cool. And then we can call the seller with a price because we already have a buyer for it. We got to get the price set. Cool, we got that appointment. So next Tuesday, we're gonna do like a walkthrough. I mean, I know the market, I know these properties, I know the floor plans. It's just a matter of like just getting my eyes on the property, and then I come up with a price. So that'll be an upcoming property. Stay tuned. We're excited about these upcoming properties, like big time. And we also have, my company has exclusive look, so it's like a just first to know or exclusive look kind of thing, which is really, really, I mean, it's critical in this market. Like, so it's an extra feature that we offer. So now I'm going to email the seller, let him know he's in Canada, so keep him posted. And also just to give you a rundown of like, I guess this is like part of being a day in the life and a ninja realtor, right? So Shayla and I have decided to do every other Friday off. So like then she gets a break and then I get a break. So we do, so tomorrow it's my day off, although I should give you the day off because you're moving. Such a process. And then over the weekend, I'm doing like a networking event I got invited to with the St. Regis. It's gonna be a Longboat Key, so I can rub elbows with some of the Longboat Key people, which is my main market. And then just to give you an example of like another day on the calendar here. So we do a lot of video. So we've been doing a lot of the neighborhood videos. So we come up with sort of like a schedule. We usually video on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and then post on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. So we're trying to be creative for you guys and keep the content informative. And so the neighborhood videos are fun, and we've also been doing like restaurants and spas, and so we prepare for that. Another project that we've been working on is the database, because I have like 8,000 people on my phone. I'm only on the letter, I think, F, it's just an ongoing, really a never-ending project, which is a good thing. I mean, because I have so many people on my phone, and it's important as an agent to stay in touch with these people. And the cat's drinking water. It's a good little distraction when you work from home. See? Makes the day so much more fun. Okay, what else? So then Monday afternoon, we have my little assistants. They just work so hard for their money, don't they? I have a virtual appointment with a client for another potential St. Regis buyer. And then Tuesday, we're stopping by an old client of ours to give him a little gift, and see his house and see the renovations. It's really good to have FaceTime with the clients, like whenever you can. So we're going to do that. We're going to do another video, and then I'm being interviewed on a podcast. So stay tuned. If you're not on my Instagram yet, go to @ShaylaTwit. So that's my Instagram. I'll be promoting that. Another video on Wednesday, and then we're meeting with one of our lenders for lunch. He invited us for lunch because we're doing a deal with him. And then, yeah, I think just in between, like a lot of admin type stuff with our contracts and listings. So that should give you a little idea of what we do behind the scenes. So one of my things I do is I try to get in one last email, one last call, one last something, and then get to the appointment. And then I'm always like rushing, because my biggest thing is I never want someone to wait for me. Anyway, we're going to this listing appointment. I found them it was another referral. We love referrals through another online source that shall remain unnamed. But we also have agents from around the country that call us. I would say, a small handful per month. We love those. As a matter of fact, I've got a listing that's closing this month from an agent somewhere in Hawaii. I want to say Maui, but somewhere in Hawaii. We love, love, love those. Never too busy for a referral, I'll tell you that right now. So usually on the way, Shayla and I will talk about the property, talk about the comps that we looked up. In this case, as per the 2021 market, there's just not a lot of comps and solds. So we look very, very closely to pendings. It's a very strong indication of like today's market value, actually, even though we don't know what it's going to sell for till it closes. But we got to move. We have to change with a changing market. It's just, we have to be fluid in that regard. So it's definitely never dull in the business. All right. Of course, another beautiful neighborhood in Sarasota. We'll let you know if we get this listing, when we get the listing. And I thought about on the way here too, like one of the top questions I would say that a seller asks us is, do you have a buyer for our property? And actually, a lot of times, yes, we do. And if I don't at that moment, someone in my office will. And on top of that, because our advertising is first class, everything we do is 100% first class. We never chintz on like the quality photography and the marketing that we do. And because of that, the tree guy's here. And because of that, we end up getting buyers. So we have a higher rate of getting both sides of the transaction. So in Florida and Sarasota specifically, we are transaction brokers. All right, so I'm going to recap the appointment. So this is the challenging part about this market. So the listing appointment that we went on, they are an older couple, such a cute couple, by the way. And they don't want to sell before buying because they want to stay in the area. So we talked about all the things they want to buy, their parameters. So we're going to try to find them a place first. So it might take a while, it might take a while. So then we'll think about listing it. And so we kind of agreed on a price. And so we're just going to ride that wave and see where it takes us, and hopefully find them a nice property to move into. They want to, they're kind of over having a pool to take care of and things like that. So anyway, that's how that went. And now we are, I don't know if you can read the sign there, the board of realtors here, so I can pay my board dues. That's very non-glamorous. Yes, we have fees. So I think we paid, like everything, the fees go up every year, I swear. And this year it's up to $535, and then there's like a voluntary fee. And so we're doing that. And then when I get back home, I'm gonna set up their search for those clients, and also set up the search from the earlier buyer that we had, get that going. What else do we have to do? Answer some calls that we had come in, and we have a showing already on the unit that we got into that I was talking to the tenant. So we already have a buyer that we want to simultaneously line up with that. So that's exciting too, and that's about a half day in real estate. All right, dues are paid. And if you have questions, if you're thinking about getting a real estate, I've been doing this, it'll be 20 years next year. It's hard to imagine that. So every day is really different, and sometimes you can plan it out and you get a phone call and it just literally just changes the entire day. But I'm so accustomed to it, and so Shayla, and we just roll with it. We have fun with it. We enjoy these videos. We hope that you found it a little helpful. We're trying to be as raw and realistic of what the business is. And if you have any questions, click on the link below, shaylatwit.com.